right now? Sorry.
Yippee! Hi, chat.
Here at our big fancy clothing store, you're fired. After a while, he finally took it seriously, and we actually did a little mock interview. It went well, but he was still totally freaked out. You're doing great. Relax. Just be yourself. I really appreciate the help. I feel much better already, but the interview's not the only reason I'm nervous. There's something I have to tell you. I don't just want this job, I need it. It's part of my probation. Probation?
Meow.
Like,
Hi.
Arrested? Yeah. If I can't keep a job, I could go to jail. They arrested me for reckless driving, but it wasn't my fault. My sister called me, and she was having an asthma attack, so I had to drive her inhaler to her. The police were behind me, but I couldn't
I'm
stop.
watching MSA. Ignore that.
Because I helped my sister, but he said if I get into any more trouble, I could go to jail. I'm so sorry, but I'm sure you'll get the job, especially since you have all these interviewing skills now. And you know, I have asthma too, so I thank you for your service.
Yippee!
People like you. Just then, my phone rang. It was my theater director. She said if he saw me dancing at our next show, I'd have a real chance of being hired on Broadway. It was my dream. And the next day,
Hi.
the interview went great, and he got the job. Everything was perfect. All I had to do now was nail the performance and dance my heart out. But then, on the day of our next show, I was stretching at home, trying to stay calm.
Hi.
Kyle called me in a panic. Abby, I need your help. Yesterday, my boss sent me to deposit the store's money in the bank 5 minutes before they closed. I didn't make it on time, so I kept it under my bed to do it today. But now he's asking me to stay late, and the bank closes early. Can't you just tell him that? They won't suspect you if you still have the money. My boss is already suspicious of me. He knows about the probation. If he knows I took it home, he'll think I wanted to take it. Please,
How the
Abby.
heck do
I
people
would have to
believe
run,
while
but I
doing
still have
art?
time
It's
before my
hard.
show.
It is, but I do it sometimes.
So I said yes. I never ran so fast in my life. When I got to Kyle's house, no one was home, and the doors and windows were locked. Time was ticking. I knew the banks closed at 3. It only gave me 20 minutes. Then I saw the attic window was open. So I started climbing. Oh no. Come on, Abigail. Use those strong dancing legs of yours. Finally, I got in. I went to his room, grabbed the envelope from under the bed, and dashed back out. Everything went blank for a moment. Then the world came back into focus, and I saw that I had run into a boy who was staring at the envelope. It got ripped, and he could see the money inside. I grabbed it before he had a chance to do anything and kept running. I saw the bank. Finally, it was right there. I had made it with 2 minutes to spare. Miss Abigail. Oh my, it's really you. I couldn't believe it. I had only seen him on TV before. I was totally starstruck for a second. I'm coming to your show tonight. Can't wait to see you. We have an opening for our next show. We need someone just your age. As long as you can dance, of course. Thank you. I'm so sorry. I can't talk right now. I have to run. I'll explain later. I'm sorry. I was in too much of a rush to think about the fact that I had just very rudely turned my back on the guy who could give me my dream life. Oh no. What was I gonna do? When in doubt, just tell the truth. I could just say it was my fault. What a jerk. I ran after him, but he was too fast on the scooter. By the time I turned the corner, he was gone. Oh no. Now Kyle was really in trouble. I couldn't move. I didn't know what to do. How could I explain this? No one would believe me. At the store, I told Kyle everything. When he saw his boss, he told me to hide behind the rack of clothes. But I can explain. He won't believe you, and you'll be involved. He pulled the rack in front of me as his boss rushed up to him. The bank says they didn't get the money, Kyle. Where is it? I'm sorry. It's my responsibility. Money was stolen. Thief. I knew this would happen. They told me you were on parole, but I wanted to give you a chance. Now, I'm calling the police. I'm sorry, Abigail. I'll have to miss your show. He rushed to the motorcycle. I couldn't believe it. He was gonna run? I know it seems crazy, but without the money or any evidence, they'll think I took it. There's no option for me now. But I was totally lost, confused, and so upset with myself. There had to be a way to fix it, but I couldn't even think about that now.
Hi guys.
This was the biggest performance of my life. The producer was right there in the front row, watching. He didn't look too happy. I had been so rude to him. All I could do now was rely on my dancing skills to get me through, except Steve was on the spotlight, and I was still out of breath from running, and so upset that Kyle was in trouble with the police. When my solo came, I was so upset, I fell on stage and cried in front of everyone. I ran off, and the show was canceled for the night. As I was walking home, totally crushed, I decided to only focus on what I could control. The show was over, but I could still help Kyle. I boss, it was me who had stolen the money. Of course, I would get in trouble, but not as much as Kyle. This is where we began. The big mess I had made. He looked at me as he passed. I wanted to stop the police, but they were too fast. But I knew the park next to me would take me right to where they were going. If I could run across, I could catch them and stop the police and tell them it was me. Once again, I was running. Only this time, I didn't have my inhaler. I forgot I had left it in my dressing room when I ran out crying. As I cut through the park, I couldn't breathe. I saw Kyle's bike on the other side. He saw me too, but before I knew it, I was fainted on the muddy ground. When I woke up, I was in his arms. He had stopped to help, and the police cars were rushing towards us. I was in the hospital for a day. My mom told me that Kyle was arrested, but I knew he would have to see the judge before they really made any decision. I asked her when it was, and she said today. I made her drive me to court as soon as the doctor said it was okay. I rushed inside. Stop! It was me. I lost the money. Kyle didn't do anything wrong, I promise. Even though the judge believed me, he still said we were to blame. And Kyle ran from the police, so if he was going to be released, we needed to pay back the money to the store. I started working at the theater, and Kyle also had to go back to his job. We both made no money because we had to give it all away and were too exhausted to even hang out. It was the perfect punishment for me since I could barely see him and had to watch other people perform while I played to those tickets. Of course, anytime I did have a free moment, I danced. Hey, hero, you have a second? He had come to surprise me at work. He took me to the auditorium where everything had been decorated for what looks like a big party. What's going on?
Well, I figured you have to pay the money back, but that doesn't mean it's gotta be a punishment. Why not have some fun? I talked to your boss, and we're throwing a fundraiser for us to get the rest of the money. And the best part, you're the star of the show.
This is amazing. Thank you so much.
Sorry I ruined your chances of going to Broadway.
It doesn't matter if I only dance here and not on the big stage. As long as I have you, I can dance anywhere. He held me in his light again. This time, I knew I wouldn't get lost in the dark.
What does the art style remind you of Steven Universe? It's mostly inspired by Thundercats Roar, but you're on the right track, yeah.
Devil's hour. I tried to go back to sleep, but I just couldn't. Come on, girl. Ghosts aren't real.
But it is very much
So hold yourself together and get
Cartoon Network styled, yeah.
afraid as I went down to the kitchen. Suddenly, I caught someone moving in the shadows. Holy Mother of God! Was it the devil? I was about to scream when I realized that it was just my older brother, Kevin, who looked suspicious. I silently followed him as he went down the basement and was surprised when he opened a mysterious door that I had never seen before. But before he could enter,
Hi.
he saw me. Don't you ever tell anyone about this, especially Dad, no matter what happens. Why? What's inside that room? He just patted my head and smirked. Devil himself. He then disappeared into the room and locked it, leaving me shaking in fear and confusion. Hi, my name is Kendra, and this is my story of how my mysterious brother changed my life forever. Before I continue, please like and subscribe. After what happened last night, the first thing that I did in the morning was to check that door in the basement. But unfortunately, it was padlocked to death. Kevin was definitely hiding something in there, and it was killing my curiosity. I was finally able to pull
Can I steal your whatever?
Are you sure that you weren't dreaming?
Yeah.
Because that totally didn't happen. That night was really weird, so he could be right. Our conversation was cut off when Dad joined us.
Son, it's time for
Skeletor
you to take
creatures
over
are
the
so
company.
silly. Yes! Please join the Howltor community! I beg of you, please buy a Howltor.
Graduating in a few months, so prepare
I
yourself.
need
I don't want
more people to
any
hyperfixate about
Of course, my brother
Howltors.
couldn't say no to him. He was always Dad's favorite, his golden boy, the perfect son. While me, I was just a stranger to him. If Mom was still alive, things would probably be different. Later that night, when I was about to sleep, I almost screamed when I saw Kevin leaning against my door. Can I help you? What makes you feel alive?
So Sigma Skibadi.
What's with you? Why are you being so weird?
The less you know, the better. Good night, Peanut.
Peanut? Where did that come from? That was the weirdest and longest interaction we've ever had. He was a year older than me, and we had never been close growing up. His time was spent in his room reading, in the piano corner perfecting his sonatas, or with Dad talking about business while playing chess. We also didn't see each other often at school because he was always
That
with
was
his
the
best
first
friend
howl I
Cedric,
came across.
or
They made me
surrounded
love
by their
howls.
crazy fangirls.
I'm glad Melon is the child.
I hurried. I dashed to check what it was and found out that one of our maids found a letter under Kevin's pillow. I read it and froze. Kevin left. He didn't say where he went and when he was coming back. All the note said was,
So Sigma ski buddy.
I would expect something like this from you, but not my son. Kevin is a responsible young man.
well, the note says otherwise.
The gala is this weekend. I need your brother to be there no matter what it takes.
We tried looking for Kevin everywhere, but no one knew where he was. Even the police couldn't find him, and it was driving Dad crazy. One night, he just walked up to me and started inspecting my face.
You would do. You were going to be him.
Me who?
Kevin, in case your brother is still on this stupid little adventure on the night of the gala, you will pretend to be him.
But Dad, I don't think I can...
Kendra, you are a capable young lady. Of course you can. You'll be saving our company from humiliation. I know I have not been very vocal
Opinions
about
on
your
its
comments,
ass.
But I do know this. Will you do this for me, sweetheart?
Could you make a howl or do you have to buy them? Because I want. You have to buy them. You have to buy an MYO to make a howl.
Besides, it would only be for just one night, right? I just needed to hide my hair under a wig and dress up like Kevin and just smile and avoid conversation as much as possible. Simple.
Why is my chat full of brain rot? This is scary.
There were too many important people, and Dad kept reminding me not to mess up. Luckily, the party was a success. I thought my little mission was finally over until Dad came up to me.
You did well. Now just have to make sure that your brother will not fail his classes when he graduate. You'll need to attend school as him.
But how about me as Kendra and my grades?
I'll call the school and tell them that I sent you out of the country for an emergency. Anything you fail, you can take for a summer class.
But
No buts. This was already decided. And remember, no one should ever know about this.
But Kevin and I were just too different. After carefully thinking about it, I finally
I
decided to do
don't
it.
like.
It was my
I
chance
got
to
two of
impress
mine. I
him.
plan on
I
get.
just needed
Oh wait,
to
which
show
howls are
him.
yours? I don't know which howls are yours. I wanna see. Me wanna see.
Find anything useful. I had to ask for help from the person closest to him, Cedric. But there was one problem. At school, or whenever he visited
I have
my brother,
found you.
in my
Hi.
room because every time our eyes met, I felt like passing out. The guy looked like a demigod. I just couldn't handle him. And this time, I had no choice. I knew exactly where to find him at school.
Say
The
I
music room.
hyperfixated
As I
on
peeked
them
into
like
the
2
room, I
months
saw him playing
ago.
the violin, and I was instantly mesmerized. Just then, he stopped playing and smiled at me. Just avoid his eyes, and you'll be fine.
Did it tickle your soul?
Huh?
The rhythm, the passion, the climax.
Sorry, but I'm not into music. I stepped back and he started walking towards me.
How about this? Did it tickle your soul?
I suddenly became mute.
This is the first time you talked to me. I'm surprised. What brings you here?
Mm,
Cupcake?
From Ultra Kit. No, I don't do
First of
requests.
all, I'm not.
Sorry.
Second, I'm not here to talk about souls and music with you. It's about my brother.
Could you buy one? Some of them, yes. You can trade them with art.
Ran away and he didn't want us to find him, and there's nothing we can do.
Yeah, but you would have to join the server.
Something. I told him about Dad's demands, and he suddenly laughed.
That's a ridiculous idea. You two look similar, yeah, but you're too cute and girly to be a boy.
Wait, he found me cute? I excused myself to the bathroom, and after calming down, he was nowhere to be found. It took me a whole day to finally find him playing violin in the school garden. So, are you gonna help me with this, or are you just gonna play your violin all day?
I only help people who look me in the eye.
Ugh, why was he feeling like this? I gathered up all my courage before finally meeting his eyes, and thankfully, I was able to control myself until he smiled.
You have the same eyes as your brother. They're very pretty.
So, you liked my brother's eyes?
That was fruity.
Whatever. Now, where do we start?
Your appearance. And I think it needs a lot of work.
For the makeover,
I'm the biggest bird.
and it took me several hours to finally say goodbye to my precious long hair. After accepting
Do you
the
have
fate of my
toy
hair,
house? Yeah, I do.
some clothes similar to Kevin's fashion. As I walked out in a leather jacket, he came up to me to zip it up. He was so close, I could hardly breathe.
Looks perfect.
Oh,
Then
you were asking.
brothers stayed
My bad.
Japanese.
I told you to walk dork. He loves SpongeBob so much, he even thought of diving into the ocean just to look for its real-life version.
But one revelation made me tear up a bit.
And he
Who's singing Jingle Bells in the background? That's my sister.
What? That's not true.
That's my sister. Gigi! They can hear you!
Oh, yes, you're definitely gonna be trouble. My heart.
And then she got quiet. How?
Convincing enough. When we finally got to school, I just stayed close to him and smiled at people from time to time. I was doing an excellent job at being my brother until it was lunchtime. We sat at their usual table for lunch when suddenly someone sat on my lap and kissed my cheek. It was Lauren, the prettiest and coolest chick at school. What in the frickin' pregnant duck is happening? What? You hate my kisses now? You look like you've seen a ghost. I turned into the ripest tomato when she giggled into my ear.
I could never hate such a goddess like you.
Wow. Since when did you become this cheesy? I gave Cedric a panicked look, but the jerk was trying his best not to burst out laughing. I kicked his leg under the table and his wince
The
was
bird.
satisfying. I then excused myself in the bathroom and dragged him with me. There, he revealed that Kevin had been dating Lauren for a while now, and I had no idea about it. Lauren had been all over me for the next several days. This was totally normal, of course, except for the little detail that I was not her actual boyfriend. And through all of this, Cedric remained an unhelpful idiot who was clearly enjoying my discomfort. We were walking to our last class when someone suddenly grabbed and pushed me against the wall. You're acting weird lately, and I like it. Before she could kiss me, I acted like there was a bug inside my shirt and ran away. I needed to talk to Cedric. As usual, I found him in the music room. We need to tell Lauren. Suddenly, Lauren appeared from behind me. Tell me what? Wait a minute. Don't tell me that you guys are dating? What? Cedric finally stopped playing the violin and grinned at me.
I'm straight, but I don't know about your boyfriend.
Aw, baby. You know I would accept you however you identify, right?
Well, that's good to hear.
Lauren looked like she bought it, and I just found myself exploding. I'm not Kevin. I'm not your boyfriend. I'm his sister Kendra pretending to be him. I then explained everything to her. Oh,
Sigma.
okay. Explains why you look and act differently. That's it? No violent reaction whatsoever? I'm used to Kevin's quirks. So, anything I can do to help with this mission? Just don't tell anyone about this. Got it, baby. Despite knowing the truth, she still kissed me on the cheek, and it made Cedric laugh. I started hanging out with both of them since then. They would talk fondly about my brother and share things about him that I didn't know. It made me realize that he wasn't as boring as I thought he was. One day, Cedric dragged me to the music room and asked me to listen to his new composition. It was a wrong move to come with him, because the way his fingers moved and his handsome bass played with the painfully sweet tune screamed danger to my heart. I calmed myself down and hyped him up when he was done. You really like playing
I'm so
violin,
sorry
don't
that
you?
you guys can
I
hear
like
my
to touch people's hearts
sister.
with rock
She's
music.
scary.
What makes you happy, Kendra? I'm curious.
I ended up telling him about my passion, which was fashion designing. I used to draw my designs every day, but when Dad saw it, he burned all of them. He found it lame and useless to his company.
I'm sorry to say this, but your dad is the biggest jerk in the world. He treats you and Kevin as assets to his company, and never as a son and daughter.
You're right, but it just made me crave for his love and approval.
Someday, I hope you'll be able to find the courage to do what you need to do. You have me now, you know. I'll take care of you.
He leaned in closer, and I thought he was going to kiss me, but to my surprise, he pulled away and walked back to the platform to play again. What was that all about? After the incident in the music room, I started thinking that maybe Cedric liked me too, until one day I heard him talking to Lauren in an empty classroom. You like Kendra, don't you?
What are you talking about? She's off limits. And besides, she's just like the little sister I never had.
Those words were enough for me to accept the truth, that Cedric will just be my dream. To distract myself, I invited Lauren for a sleepover, and as she was trying on some of my favorite clothes, I couldn't help but admire how beautiful she was. Just then, I found her smirking at me through the mirror. Are you falling in love with me now? What? No, I wish I was as pretty as you. Oh, honey, you are prettier than me, and not to mention cute. She ended up knocking on my drawers, spilling some things. There was one thing that suddenly caught my attention. A peanut. What was it doing there? suddenly called me and started asking about Lauren.
I learned that she's dating her brother. Her parents and I are talking about a very important business deal. We will have dinner with them tomorrow night. Make sure to be extra attentive to her.
I thought it wouldn't be much of a problem until they suddenly decided to marry us off with Dad knowing that I was Kendra. He was crazier than I thought. Do you think Kevin will be home by then? I don't know if he's ever coming back. I can't believe you dated an idiot.
Watch your words, honey. That's my idiot.
Well, we need to find your idiot ASAP. The next day, we met up with Cedric in a cafe to talk about finding my brother.
We don't even know what makes him feel alive. Shouldn't we just wait for him to come back?
Our parents are talking about marriage, for Pete's sake. I'm running out of time.
Leave my story animated alone. I have one of their water bottles. I already got their water bottle for Christmas.
I told them about it. We waited for Dad to be out before destroying the padlocked door, only to find out that it was actually a dark room where Kevin developed all his photographs, and it was connected to his room. And all those pictures were related to an island that only meant one thing. Kevin was staying on one of them. It makes sense now that he always disappears on weekends.
I also found a camera in his bag one time, but I never saw it again.
And why didn't you both tell me about this earlier? You're both idiots. And with that, the three of us were off to an adventure to get my brother back. As we traveled, I kept on flirting with Lauren to avoid Cedric. And for a moment, I thought I saw his deadly glare through the rearview mirror. Was he jealous? I wished. In a span of 2 days, we had already visited 7 islands, but there was no luck. Just when we were about to give up, we suddenly spotted someone resting on a hammock. It was Kevin. He looked shocked to see us. Suddenly, he glared at Cedric.
Dude, you told them?
Wait, you knew?
Let me explain.
No, you knew. And you kept silent while I was going crazy trying to find a way to bring back my brother so I could get me back. Kendra was equally furious.
Babe, I can explain.
Shut it, Kevin. You're not my favorite person right now.
Kendra.
Later, I need to speak to my brother. I walked away and Kevin followed me. Now start explaining the reason I'm sacrificing my identity.
I'm sorry, Peanut. I didn't mean for you to be tangled up in my mess. I felt stuck, suffocated because of Dad's expectations. I always knew I would have to take over the company someday, but I didn't know it would be this soon. I thought I would have enough time to still do what I love, to enjoy every island and see the beauty through my lens, but suddenly, I didn't even have a year. So I panicked and I ran away. I'm such a coward.
It didn't take a second for me to melt. No, it's the bravest thing I've seen you do. All our lives, I've only ever seen you nod to Dad's every demand. I'm proud of this version of you. I convinced him to come back, but he ended up convincing me to ditch Dad and come with him. After everything that happened, I just realized one thing. Dad wasn't worth it. So I agreed. Lauren is amazing, you know. She didn't deserve to be left without a word.
I know, Peanut. I guess I have a lot of making up to do.
Good luck, Walnut. Later that day, he spent his time making it up to Lauren.
Thanos bird.
While I was left
Help!
with some cute dresses on the sand. My brother then came up to me and
I should
asked
drop
me
Pimpkin.
Mad at
Oh my
Cedric.
god, I love my son.
Keeping
Pimpkin.
very hard for him.
I understand, but
You like him, don't you?
what? No, I mean,
Don't worry. I finally gave him the go signal. You two can kiss or whatever.
as soon as he left, Cedric walked up to me with an earth-shattering smile.
Can we talk?
I couldn't look at him in the eye again.
About us. I've always fancied you, you know, more than violins.
I felt like melting at his confession. I told him about the reason why I had been avoiding him all these years, and he responded to it by finally kissing me on the lips. Thank God I didn't pass out.
So, did it tickle your soul this time?
Yes.
Finally.
What? Wait, you did? When? Wait. Wait. When? I don't remember. Wait. Owls remind me of my own birds. Lol. Blah. I'm eepy. A week ago or something. Did you ever show me? I can't remember. Oh! Duh. Yeah. I remember. My doggy is being loud. I remembered it. I loved it very much. Thank you, thank you.
Come on, Serena. Give me sex. Give me fears. Glare at the camera. Burn us with your hotness. Yes, queen. Yes.
Yes.
Boyfriend Malcolm told me I was tired of this. I accidentally tripped over some electrical cords. The shoot was over for the day. I catwalked
Scary.
outside where Malcolm was leaning against his 169th sports car, testing out this beauty today. You ready for a wild ride? I was born ready, baby. Wait. Let me start from the beginning. Hi, my name is Serena,
Scary.
and this is how dating the mayor's son became my worst nightmare. Before I continue, please like and subscribe. Growing up, people often said I looked like a delicate princess with a monkey's personality. I was a restless kid who was always jumping and climbing high places. And as a teenager,
The background
I
audio.
one day there was a volleyball competition. I felt a rush of adrenaline as I bounded up the side of a wall, leapt onto a tree branch, and then jumped onto a railing.
Leave my MSA alone. It's funny as hell. And very entertaining and very good. Please watch MSA. Please feed into my hyperfixations. Please. With cherry on top. Please.
I'm sure the girls you know can only walk down a runway.
That's true, which is why I'm so intrigued by you. My dad owns a sportswear company, among other businesses, and you'd be a great face. Your face is great.
Making me a modeling offer? It turns out he was, and an offer I couldn't refuse. The money could help my family so much, and before I knew it, my whole life flipped upside down. Malcolm was the
Well,
son, and
my
after he launched my
mom
modeling
and
career, so many
dad.
brands wanted to work with me. I was grateful for the opportunities, but in a matter of months, I was turned into someone I barely recognized. Malcolm eventually became my boyfriend. He was obsessed with sports cars and racing, and I was soon attending competitions and getting to know his friends and
Live
family.
stream in the back.
Always told us
Okay.
how good we looked together. Even after 2 years, I felt a little out of place in Malcolm's world, and I never got used to the bodyguards around. The last one, Felix, wasn't much older than us, but I never met someone unfriendlier. I tried all kinds of smiles, got him coffee, even brought him mom's pie once, but not a muscle twitched in that poker face. Felix, my zip is open. Can you help me?
It's not my job to help you dress, ma'am.
You can't pull up my zipper. You want me to go out like this in front of all these people?
I don't see how that's my concern, ma'am.
Such a jerk. I had no choice but to go like that when suddenly Felix pulled me back and zipped me up, then literally pushed me away. Weirdo. A few days later, I was having a date with Malcolm and Felix, and Malcolm seemed preoccupied. Is everything okay, babe?
Yeah, fine. Just business stuff. Nothing to worry your pretty little head about. Wait, you ordered a beef burger with extra fries?
Yeah?
Waiter, please take this away and bring a salad.
But I don't want a salad.
I used a bunch of contacts to get you that Prada contract. You need to watch your waistline before the shoot. Listen, there is something I want to talk to you about. I'm moving to Europe next month to compete in tournaments there, and I want you to come with me.
What? But my life's here, and my family, plus I'm starting college soon.
You don't need stupid college. Your beauty alone can make you richer. Just focus on that. And, well, me. I'm your ticket to success, babe. Together, we can do great things.
But just then, his phone started ringing and he took it outside. I could see him shouting at someone, and then suddenly, he just left with Felix.
Meow.
Then Malcolm got busier and grumpier, and I gave him the space, but I wished he would just share things with me. Then one day at home, I was shocked to find out that Malcolm had
I hear a
terrible
squishy
accident.
toy.
I called his parents
Yeah.
in panic, but they weren't answering their phones. Finally, I got through to Felix. Is Malcolm okay? Where is he?
Sorry, but I'm not at liberty to tell you anything, ma'am.
Are you kidding me? My boyfriend had an accident and you can't tell me anything about it? Can you for once be a human and just help me, please?
Fine, I'll pick you up.
He refused to answer my questions as he drove me to a hospital at the other end of town. When I entered the room, my heart sank seeing someone in a coma who wasn't Malcolm. Why are you messing with me right now? That's not him.
Look closer.
That's when I realized that he kind of looked like Malcolm. If Malcolm had red hair, a huge mole on his cheek, and a beard, this can't be him. This is a body double, right?
It's him, and his appearance has been changed for safety reasons. We're not sure if the accident was really an accident. That's all I can say. Now let's go.
He called an Uber and sent me off, and I could barely process everything. My boyfriend was in a coma? That dude on the bed was my boyfriend?
Meow.
And what safety reasons? The next day when I went to the hospital, Malcolm wasn't there and apparently never had been. What are you saying? He was here yesterday. Room 209? The last room in this hospital is 208. Can you please leave now? As I walked out dazed, I checked my phone and came across the mayor releasing a statement that Malcolm had only suffered minor injuries and was recovering nicely. Minor? Yesterday he was in a freaking coma. I went straight to Malcolm's mansion for answers, but his parents wouldn't let me in.
Why would we let you visit our son? We don't even know you.
Huh? It's me, Serena, his girlfriend.
I think you're hallucinating, young lady.
Sir, I know you're concerned about his security, but this is crazy. I just want to know how he's doing. I'm not some imposter. Look, I'll just do my Face ID like I always do, but my Face ID wasn't working anymore.
Get lost before we call the police.
As I was walking away from the mansion, I suddenly bumped into Felix.
Meow.
Thank God you're here. They won't let me visit Malcolm. They're acting like they don't even know me.
I can't help you, Serena. I got fired for taking you to the hospital yesterday.
Felix, I'm sorry, but come on. Of all the people, they don't trust you and me. We have to figure out what's happening here.
Yes, I'm going to, but I work alone.
And then he got into his car and just drove away. I was feeling insane the next 2 days, hatching plans from breaking into the mansion.
Now I
making
can get
noises to the press about the
to...
whole thing. Then one evening, I got a call from Felix to meet him in a cafe.
So, you know how I said I work alone? Well, I changed my mind, and you can work with me. Yay!
He then told me that Malcolm's parents were hosting a grand party for their 40th wedding anniversary that weekend. Their son's in a coma and they're celebrating? Is Malcolm even in a coma?
I saw the accident myself, and he was unconscious. Then the mayor's team took over everything, and the next day I was fired. Gotta get inside that mansion to find out what's really happening. I've got us on the guest list. We'll be going as them.
Mr. and Mrs. the Ball de la Croix what?
Tybalt de la Croix Bruce. They're French. You're not gonna mess up this mission, are you? Because I can get someone else.
No, I'll be amazing. I promise. Mission? Wow, like I'm super worried about Malcolm, of course. This sounds exciting. So you got any like pro tips for this undercover spy biz?
Yeah, wear an adult diaper. Can't take bathroom breaks on a mission. And you pee 20 times a day.
I do not. Do you wear a diaper?
Of course not. I'm trained to hold my pee for 72 hours.
Right. Okay. Any other advice?
Yeah, wear a dress with a long slit.
You mean like those Bond movies where there's always a bimbo girl wearing a dress with a long slit so she can distract the bad guy with her legs? I'm the bimbo.
The slit makes it easier to kick the bad guys and run, genius. That's what I meant anyway.
Oh, gotcha. On the night of the party, they could have fooled the
Meow.
French couple themselves with our disguises. Felix and I were wearing earpieces to communicate with each other. And soon after we walked in, we heard Malcolm's parents talking loudly with some guests.
Oh, Malcolm's doing great. He couldn't be here tonight because he's left for Brazil to train for his next race. Barely got a scratch on him in the accident, the lucky devil, and he's already back at it.
Such liars! Felix signals that he was slipping away to explore the mansion. And just then, a couple approached me. You are so chic. French, I'm guessing. CC.
It's we.
Oui. Sorry, I mix up sometimes. My parents are half French, half Jamaican. Oh, could you please say something in French? I so adore the language.
Excuse yourself. Walk away.
Okay. Oui, voulez-vous vis-à-vis le omelette du fromage? It means this could be the beginning of a beautiful friendship.
That was mostly garbage. And then you said cheese omelet.
Would you care to dance, mademoiselle?
The man was dragging me off to the dance floor before I could say no, and some tango music came on.
You don't know how to do the tango, do you? Listen, I'm watching you. Just follow my instructions.
First, step forward with your right foot and pivot on your left. Then cross your left foot over your right and step back with your right.
I had no idea what I was doing, but I soldiered on.
No, Serena, your left, not his left. You're gonna trip.
Sure enough, I went tumbling to the floor. I quickly got up and walked off to the corner, and I could hear Felix laughing. It's not funny, butt face.
Hey, that's no way to talk to your husband.
Now, can you just stay out of trouble for 5 minutes so I can focus? Oh gosh, someone's coming. Serena, I need you to remember this password.
JK5942-438 $.
Wait, what? Let me get this down.
Pull the dogs out, 4789, hashtag. I have tissue and a lipstick now. Can you start from the beginning?
Oh God, there's no time. Just start running towards the main door.
What? And just leave you here?
I'm right behind you.
Run. I started sprinting at mad speed as Felix caught up with me holding a laptop and a bunch of security guards after him. Head towards the garden. Gotta get over that wall. You think you can manage?
Oh, Mr. Croissant, you're about to see something really special. I bounded up the wall like a cat and landed on the other side before Felix. He ran towards his car and made a fast getaway. We stopped in a fast food parking lot and Felix opened up the laptop. I'm still buzzing, dude. I haven't felt so alive in ages.
I have to admit, that wall climbing was amazing. I've seen some of your parkour videos, but watching you in person, well, I'm impressed.
You've seen my videos?
I haven't posted anything in like 2 years. I do a background check on my clients, so yeah, they came up. Okay, I logged into their security system. See this? It's a view of every room in the mansion, and Malcolm isn't there. They've moved him someplace else.
What do we do now?
We'll figure something out. For now, you deserve a good meal after your first mission, and you can eat in peace without Malcolm around.
Excuse me?
You know, he's always telling me what to eat.
No, he's not telling me anything. He's just looking out for me. I mean, I am a model, and I owe my career to Malcolm.
Okay, so he also wasn't telling you that you have to move to Europe and that you don't need college?
Just because you get to eavesdrop on our conversations doesn't mean you get to judge us.
I'm just saying, Malcolm's a bit of a jerk with you. You don't owe him anything. It's a relationship, not a business transaction.
I don't have to sit around and listen to this. You know nothing. I stormed off and hailed a cab. Before he acted like I didn't exist, and now he suddenly had all these opinions about my life. I pulled off a bit by morning, and I really wanted to know what Felix was planning next. Luckily, he texted me soon. I think I know where he is. If you want to join me, be at the airport by 7 p.m. Well, that wasn't an apology exactly, but it would do. I told my parents I had a shoot in another city for a few days.
Silly! Hi, Silly.
Serena.
It's okay. I accept your apology.
Apology? I haven't even thought about apologizing. I was just saying, why do you have 2 large suitcases?
I had to pack summer and winter clothes because I didn't know where we were going. Thanks to your cryptic message. Can't you use your words better?
Can't you use your words less or not at all?
I wasn't going to talk to this jerk on the flight, even though I wanted to know why he thought Malcolm was in London. But as the plane was taking off, Felix noticed how hard I was clutching the armrest.
This hardcore is afraid of flying.
Yeah, there's nothing to jump at 30,000 feet, God. I'm having a panic attack.
Anything I can do? Breathe into this paper bag.
Yes, you can. Can you sing a One Direction song for me? Their songs calm me down.
Which one?
Any. Sing any.
Okay.
Meow.
Baby, you light up my world like
Help! This is so sad.
He had that half smile on his face, and my heart did something funny, but I snapped out of it. You actually know a One Direction song? Dude, you're so lame.
You just said,
Yeah, I lied. I'm not having a panic attack, and I certainly don't listen to One Direction like a 13-year-old girl. Now, should I paint your nails while you tell me your hopes and dreams? Felix refused to talk to me after that, and I couldn't stop grinning. Serena 1, Felix 0.
Really, the streaming name surprised me because the fuck Krispy was used to be my username. How?
Malcolm's parents own a mansion in the countryside. I think
My old
we'll try sneaking in later.
username is it's Pikachu YT.
We could see London.
We did. I found myself having more fun than I'd had in ages. Even Felix seemed relaxed and different here, and well, cuter. So, there's something that's been bothering me a bit. I'm looking for Malcolm. He's my boyfriend. But why are you looking for him? You're not even his bodyguard anymore.
Well, there's something weird going on here. I just want to get to the bottom of it.
Is that all?
Actually, there is something.
Just then, an old lady started begging Felix to buy flowers, and the minute he turned to her, a woman in black grabbed me. I've got the girl. I need reinforcements. Now, Felix immediately sprung into action and attacked her. He sent her flying into a bush and then grabbed my hand as we ran with more people chasing us. We came out onto a street where a huge parade was happening. The place was jam-packed. We pushed through the crowd, jumped over cars, and managed to make our way through narrow alleys until we were sure we'd shaken those people off. Who were those guys? And why did that woman say, I've got the girl? What did she want with me?
Malcolm is involved with some dangerous people, Serena. Maybe they're looking for him too and thought you would lead them to him.
Can you please tell me more?
I'll tell you everything after we find Malcolm. I promise.
We didn't go back to our hotel in case it was being watched and headed straight to the mansion. We hid out till it was dark and Felix
Sigma Ski
Two
Buddy.
guards at the main gate. We jumped over the back wall and made our way to the house, and Felix I crawled our way out of there and landed in the main hall.
Hey,
I have a lot of made
it
of
must have
fish
happened while
frenzy.
climbing over the wall.
Oh my, that's a lot.
Felix was standing really close as he inspected my wound, and I was feeling a bit breathless. Suddenly, he stopped short.
Serena, what's that around your neck?
What, this? It's a diamond pendant Malcolm gave me a few weeks ago. I usually keep it under my shirt. What? Why is your face all weird?
That necklace. It's got everything I've been looking for.
Huh?
Serena, I actually work for the government. I took up a job as Malcolm's bodyguard because we found out he's involved with the ring of diamond smugglers. I've been trying to get to them through Malcolm, but I had no idea he had this necklace, and you had it. This diamond can bring down their whole smuggling operation, so I'm gonna need that, and we can leave now.
Wait, leave? What about Malcolm?
Actually, my mission is done. I don't need him anymore.
So what? You're not gonna help me find him now? Fine, take this necklace and go. I ran off down the hallway feeling shaken, but determined to find Malcolm, and seconds later, Felix was by my side.
You're so exasperating. Why do you even care about stupid Malcolm?
I'm not explaining myself. Just leave. I opened a door at the end of the hallway, and we entered a bare room. But suddenly, the door slammed shut behind us, and the room started filling up with some gas.
Oh, great. Now we're gonna die in a gas chamber.
Help! Someone! Help us!
No one's coming, and there's no way out.
Oh my god, do you feel your skin melting?
Not yet, but I'd give it about 3 minutes till we stop feeling everything.
I'm so sorry for landing you here, Felix.
I'm sorry I can't get you out, Serena. Really.
So, this is it? Any last wishes?
Yeah, just one.
Suddenly, Felix pulled me close and kissed me hard. Just then, the door opened, and Malcolm was standing there with armed guards behind him. Malcolm! Oh, thank God you're okay. And you just saved us.
You weren't gonna die. It's just some harmless smoke to scare intruders. What are you two doing here?
Looking for you? Can you please tell me what's been going on? And finally, Malcolm explained everything.
A year ago, I got involved with some diamond smugglers. They wanted me to use Dad's connections to make smuggling into the city easier, and they offered a lot of money. I tried doing what they said, but I wasn't successful. I wanted to back out, and then I had the accident. I did hurt my head, but I was conscious soon and told Dad everything. He got me out of the country to hide me from those people, but I guess they're still after me because I know too much. How come you still have this necklace? Oh, that's just something I picked up from the smugglers' headquarters once. Man, you should have seen the diamonds they have. I'm sure no one noticed me taking this tiny thing.
Thanks for the thoughtful present.
It's not just a necklace. It has an encrypted microchip that has information about their whole network. We can take them down for good with this. Wait, who are you really, dude? Law enforcement. Sorry, I was just acting as your bodyguard. So, what happens to me now? If you cooperate, I'm sure I can be lenient with you.
I played sword. I got sword because sword is cool.
Somebody asked us to meet.
I should be out of this mess soon, babe. And then we'll go anywhere. Do anything we want.
Except that with you, I haven't really been doing what I want, Malcolm. I'll always be grateful to you for helping me make my family's lives better, but I can't keep being your girlfriend for that reason.
Seriously? You're breaking up with me? I made you.
So my looks and talent are worthless? I'm not sure I even want to be a model anymore. I'd rather go to college and take up parkour again. Goodbye, Malcolm, and good luck. Felix told me I'd be escorted back home by a security team, but keep a watch on me till the operation is over.
I need to tie up some loose ends here. We're good partners, Serena. See you around.
Did he just leave me with an arm punch? A few hours later, I was settling into my airplane seat, and I couldn't help feeling deflated. Just then, I heard a voice.
Scoot over. I'm here to hold your hand.
Felix, what are you doing here? Don't you have loose ends to tie?
Yeah, but I felt we needed to talk about some things first. Like the fact that you broke up with Malcolm.
Just came to my senses, I guess. We're all wrong for each other.
Cool. Sounds good.
Anything else you want to talk about? Like that passionate kiss in the gas room?
What about it? People do crazy things when they think they're about to die.
Well, that's good to know.
Also, they're in love.
What?
I've liked you since ages, Serena. I hated seeing you with Malcolm, but there wasn't much I could do about it, so...
Meow.
I'm right for you.
Too soon to tell. Take me out on a proper date, and we'll see.
What do you think I'm doing here? We're up in the clouds.
Actually, I don't know. Wait, silly. Do you have Pokemon Sleep? Do you use Pokemon Sleep? Because I have a couple shinies on. I have two shiny. Do I have two shiny Eevees? I think I have two shiny Eevees, two shiny Ekans, one shiny Fuecoco, and I got a shiny Snorlax, but you can't really catch the Snorlax. And then what was it? I have a shiny Gengar. No, I don't have sleep. Damn. Yeah, you should get it. It's very good for. I use it. I'm on week 13. Never missed a streak. It's really good, and it gets to play you music when you sleep, which, yeah. And it's very fun, very Sigma Skibbity. Oh my god, silly, you can get laser on sleep if you get a shiny Eevee. No way. I've seen 1,000 ads, but I haven't got... Dude, it's so good! Forcing y'all to get sleep. Woof. Yeah. It gets addicting and fun fast. It's fun going to sleep. Yeah, guys, I totally enjoy sleeping to get shinies. Hi, Bean. Ruff. I need to get a laser in Pokemon Scarlet. I wanted him for a long time, but I forgot. Sorry. I like saying Poyo when Kirby is mentioned. I'm Eevee. Chat, I'm going to Tennessee. Isn't that cool? Isn't that isn't that the new Legends, I think? The new Legends game? 'Cause I have Pokemon Legends Arceus. Do I have it? I think I have a shiny on there. I wanna get it though. I most likely will get it. I need to get back into Pokemon. The Dunsparce. My favorite is Unova because literally most of my favorite Pokemon... Literally Keldio's from Unova, so that's probably my favorite generation. Us talking about Pokemon. Meow meow. Meow meow. For reals. I haven't finished it. I kind of gave up because it was yeah. I enjoyed it though. I just kind of gave up. This was a sad time when I gave up. To put a new episode.
Hello. I'm so sorry I'm late. You won't believe the afternoon I've just had. Oh, lemonade, thanks. No ice. Not much lemon and sugar either. So just water then. It's okay. I'm not a fussy person. Anyway, yeah, my mother had one of her breakups, and she was crying, and I was trying to be a nice, supportive daughter. Mom, your stupid boyfriend stole my favorite jacket. I know it's him. He's always had his eye on it. If I ever find him wearing it, I'll strangle go, I'm gonna kiss that boo-boo away. And the girl goes,
Ah!
I love you so much. Oh, God. How can anyone with an ounce of self-respect talk like that? Then they started kissing, literally in my ear. I mean, the girl was leaning against me for support. And I could see the guy had spinach stuck in his teeth. Yeah, I just couldn't take it anymore, okay? I shouted at them to get a room, and then everyone around me started booing me for harassing two people in love. Someone even threw a tomato at me. This is why I hate romantic love, and how ridiculous it makes people. Actually, wait, don't start thinking I'm some love-hating, bitter person just yet. Hi, I'm Fiona, and before I explain myself, please like and subscribe. I grew up with a single mom and my half-sister Mila, who's 5 years older than me. The two are like peas in a pod. Basically, both of them aren't acting their respective ages. And me, well, the only thing I have in common with them is that we all like chocolate, which is nothing remarkable given that 86% of the world's population likes chocolate. No, I didn't check this on Google, but you get my point, right? Mom had Mila at 18, and then 5 years later, she had me with another loser, who I kind of feel lucky not knowing, because I've seen the guy's mom pics, and it's not pretty. Like, once when I was 7, Mom brought home this guy who claimed to be, wait for it, a prince from a far-off land. Even then, I could tell he was just a con man with a fake accent. And look, he came bearing royal gifts. This felt for Mom because her back hurts a lot. A makeup set for Mila, who was 12 at the time. And a watch for me. Trust me, this is the original condition. So, which country are you from?
Pajama stance. My people wear pajamas day and night, and everyone's comfortable and happy.
And where is this place? Can you show me on this map?
See that tiny island next to Pakistan? That one.
You're pointing to Africa, dude. Pakistan's in Asia.
It recently shifted to Africa. Your map's old.
That doesn't make any sense.
Your mama doesn't make any sense.
He stayed for free with us for 3 weeks, then finally stole Mom's jewelry and vanished off the face of the earth. Pretty much like the country he rules. And my sister, well, she has a serial dating problem. You know those girls who just can't be without a boyfriend ever? She's already in another relationship, for she's fully out of the last one. Also, Mila has 2 types. One's the macho criminal type. Like, if she ever wants a reunion party for her exes, she'd have to arrange it in prison. This last guy she was dating had tattoos all over and gold chains around his neck. And surprise, surprise, he turned out to be some low-level drug dealer. Talk about a walking cliche.
Sorry guys, I died for a second. I was in the zone.
Telling Mila that she's way out of their league. Now, these guys are slightly better than the macho jerks, but I don't respect them either. For example, see this guy? Let's call him Peter. What is this loser even wearing? The first time I met Peter, I walked into Mila's room thinking some homeless dude had broken in, and I hit him with my shoe. Which brings me to a question for all you guys out there. What happened to basic grooming and occasionally washing your face? Is that a very tall order? If you're watching, please comment below and explain this to me, okay? Because when I see old Hollywood movies with their impeccably dressed heroes, I just swoon. When and why did guys decide it was cool to look like just got out of bed and wear low-rise pajama pants that introduced me to your butt crack on the first date? I haven't even fully observed your eye color yet, and I had to see that? No. I did not want this level of intimacy. Sorry, I got off track. So yeah, Mom and Mila's collective dating records plays out like the soap operas they love. Never-ending and full of dumb characters and unnecessary drama. I swore I'd never be like them. I'd pick the right guy. Because it's not that I hate romance. Like, come on, who doesn't want someone like Mr. Darcy from Pride and Prejudice? There's a reason why 91.5% of the female population adores Mr. Darcy. No, I didn't Google that either. I just make this stuff up. Get with the program. Of course I want some handsome, sophisticated guy to see me across the room and be captivated by my intelligent eyes. Then we exchange witty banter and stinging insults, and he falls hopelessly in love with me. And I find out that despite his flaws, he is in fact my perfect match. But in reality, I just can't seem to get past the flaws. I swear I try, but it's not been looking good since the 6th grade. See this love letter a boy gave me back then? I'm writing with a red crayon to show my love is like a lion. I'm writing with a brown to show you I'm down. Circle, I love, hate you, Mark. He wrote this in 6th grade. What was I supposed to be impressed by? The obviously low IQ? Looking into my recent dating history, let's start with Mr. Buttcrack. He works at the local movie theater, and he looks all right in his uniform. He cracked a funny movie line, I laughed, and we exchanged numbers. Such a mistake.
Me and Luke be like,
Sup, girl? No, hello, nice to see you. I'll pull out your chair. Nah, why even bother using proper words, girl. He chewed like a cow. Told me he had no plans to go to college because he already had a job, and said he was gonna live rent-free with his parents forever.
Sounds sweet, right? You see that dork with the broken glasses? I gave him a wedgie yesterday.
I couldn't wait for this date to end. I leaned in for a quick goodbye hug just to be polite, but he kissed me instead, and it felt like kissing the bark of a tree. Dude, ever heard of a thing called lip balm? Then there's Mr. Pretentious Windbag. A friend set me up with him, saying he was just my type. Yeah, we're not friends anymore.
The foie gras is spectacular. Almost as good as the one I have in France. Have you tried the caviar yet? Please have some. It's not every day you get to taste such exquisiteness. And oh, this rabbit, what's that smoky flavor? I'm getting hints of oak and maple.
Nobody cares, dude. Just shut up and let me eat. I tried ending this evening with a hug too, but he leaned in for a kiss and just paused for a second. See how moist his lips are? Like they're too
Meow.
use on them. French butter? Ugh. Okay, we can continue now. There's no getting out of this kiss for me. Ugh. Then there was Mr. Sweet Tooth. He kept calling me things like cupcake, muffin, sugar cookie, cream puff. What am I, a girl or a bakery item? Then the ugly crier. He actually seemed fine till we went to see a sad play together, and I've never in my life seen anyone look so hideous when they cry and so loud. He's not with me. I don't know this loser. Whoever you are, man, get a grip. He broke up with me for not having a heart. At least I have self-control. The gay guy in denial. He kept checking out the male waiter's butts on our date. So what can a girl do? The shirtless guy. Do I even need to elaborate? The moonwalker. Yeah, all he wanted to do was moonwalk in public and have everyone tell him he's the next Michael Jackson. Oh, so annoying. Yeah, I'd rather be single. One evening, our rich neighbor's kids had arranged a grand birthday party, and they'd invited the whole neighborhood on a meal
Meow, meow.
going to a dance club. Why are you two dressed up like that? I know you're on a manhunt, but it's a kid's birthday party for crying out loud.
And kids are supervised by adults. You always have to be ready, love. What if today's the day I meet my soulmate?
Exactly. And why are you always dressed like a nursery school teacher, Fiona? What? My cardigan and skirt are cute. Loose the cardigan, and I trim the skirt by about 6 inches. I might as well go in my underwear then. Now we're getting somewhere. Ugh, these two. Mom and Mila did find guys to flirt with, while I sat in a corner eating cake and wondering why people ever willingly have children. They scream at the pitch of opera singers, carry a million germs, and think the universe revolves around them. Just then, a flustered-looking neighbor said she had to take her twins to the bathroom, and could I look after her baby? And then she just dumped him on me. FYI, I don't hate babies. Like, I'm not a psychopath. It's just that, well, babies are boring, and it's unfair to expect me to go gaga over them just because I'm a girl. No, my womb doesn't tingle every time I see a baby. And just look at this one. All it's doing is staring at me and making spit bubbles. This is about as much fun as spending time with a potato. Just then, I spotted the party clown and handed the baby to him. Can you just hang on to it till this woman with red hair comes around? She's the mom of the crazy birthday twins. Just hand it over in one piece, okay?
Are you calling the baby it?
Yeah, I can't tell if it's a boy or a girl. Also, I really don't care.
It's a girl, and she's my niece.
Oh, she's very cute. Wait, your niece?
Yeah, I'm the birthday twins' uncle. I live here. Who are you again?
We've been living next door for ages.
I've never seen you around before. Next door? Are you? Wait, Fiona? I'm Edward. We used to play together as kids. I went away to boarding school and then college.
Oh my god, Edward, yes! You're the weirdo who would eat Snickers bars with a knife and a fork.
You're the crazy girl who waxed my leg and said all men are loser babies when I cry. You were kind of a jerk to me, actually. Looks like you haven't changed much.
Excuse me?
I mean, you still seem like the warm, affectionate soul.
I'm almost done, chat. I just gotta.
That clown sounded condescending, right? Like, I think he just called me a jerk, right? A few days later, I got out of college and headed to my favorite Chinese restaurant for lunch. This place has been around for 50 years, guys. If you're ever in this part of town, you gotta try Mrs. Jianping's dumplings. And what the? There was a sign outside the restaurant that said sold. I rushed in to find Mrs. Jianping telling other customers that they'd only be serving for another month. But why did you sell this place? Everyone loves your food.
Oh, we've been struggling a lot lately, dear. Besides, people who bought us are going to open a huge Chinese restaurant next door. I can't compete with them. It's for the best. Oh, there's one of our new buyers.
I turned around to see a young guy walk in, and he looked good. The hair, the crisp white shirt, the perfectly creased pants, and then the cologne hit me. Oof.
Hello, Mrs. Jianping. How you doing today? Oh, hi, Fiona. Is everything okay? You're not blinking much.
How my name, you know?
getting the owners to sell? We made them a great offer, and they accepted. We didn't force anyone.
Well, you're still responsible for shutting them down.
Meow. Okay. I'm gonna make the background
I've done my research.
light
I
blue.
think we'll do just fine. Also, I think you'll be a regular at our place.
You think wrong.
Okay, no worries. You won't be missed.
Ugh, the nerve of rich people. Just driving out small business and then acting like they're doing humanity a favor. Besides, what did this guy know about Chinese food? Later that night, I found Mila spying on him with binoculars. Have you seen that boy next door? He's scrumptious. Stop that. I'm pretty sure it's illegal. Also, he's younger than you. Yeah, so, you know, you were kind of mean to him as a kid. I don't remember that. I'm sure you do. He was a neat freak who didn't like getting his clothes dirty, and he'd always arrange his things in a certain order. And you kept messing with him. Also, you gave him a wedgie once. Honestly, I'm not sure why I was a jerk to Edward. It's probably Mila and Mom who gave me my issues with boys from an early age. But why was this guy getting under my skin now? Oh, yeah, it's because he called me a jerk and he was shutting down my favorite Chinese place. I had to keep hating him, and I seemed to bump into him way more than I would have liked. I was going over to Mrs. Jianbing's every day now, and Edward was always overseeing the construction next door. But he also frequently visited the coffee shop where I worked as a waitress.
What shall I have today?
Yeah, take your time. I've got nothing to do.
Let's see. Okay, never mind. I'll just have my usual.
I don't have your usual memorized.
I literally order the same thing every day.
And you thought I put it down in my diary?
No, just brain. But it's okay. I understand. Waitressing is hard for you.
Are you saying I'm dumb?
No, I'm just saying that you don't have the best people skills. You should think about joining the army.
And you should think about joining the garbage dump. And then one night, Edward turned up at our door with a cake and flowers. You took a job as a delivery boy? Sorry, wrong house.
These are for your mom and sister. I never visit someone's place.
Why so peak?
What a gentleman. So, anything for me?
Yeah, a proposal. I'd like you to be my date for a charity gala.
Did you just ask me out? What made you think I'd say yes?
Well, you keep spying on me with your binoculars. Clearly, you have a
Time to send in the howl server.
Right here, you're
Who
hallucinating.
keeps pinging?
insist, and it's not a real date. I just need any girl, and you're my neighbor, so it's convenient. My ex will probably be there, and I didn't want to turn up alone. Okay, say yes, and I'll find another coffee shop to go to every day.
You got yourself a deal. I know he was the rich, annoying guy I had to hate, but it was hard to remember that when he picked me up for the gala in his tuxedo. And then he looked at me, not in a sleazy way, but in his cool, smooth, I'm noticing everything about you way.
Meow.
Made my nose buckle
Hold
a
on.
bit. It's an art, guys, and this dude knows it.
You look lovely.
At the gala, I could see how people responded to his charm. He pulled out my chair first, ate with exquisite manners, and made sure to include everyone in the conversation. Just then, a lady asked if someone could hold her baby for a while, and Edward immediately volunteered, and something really strange started happening to me. What is it about men and babies put together? I mean, I'd seen Edward the clown with his niece before, but Edward James Bond cooing at a baby? This was different. Something about him looking so manly, but being sweet and gentle with her was
Let's see. Where was I supposed? Okay, guys, I'm gonna end stream.